I know a lot of you guys wanted a full Nintendo Direct that shows off all the Nintendo Switch games that we've been waiting for, like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, and my personal long-awaited Nintendo Switch game, Metroid Prime 4, but I like my indie games too on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm kind of excited for the August mini Nintendo Direct. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo-Chan Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. In this video, we're going to talk about the mini Nintendo Direct announcement today and what it means for the Nintendo Switch and the next full Nintendo Direct. Not a mini Nintendo Direct, not a Nindy or partner showcase, the big shebang that we've been all waiting for. So I've covered a lot of Nintendo leaks, Nintendo Direct leaks, and Nintendo news on this channel. I mean, we've talked about the Pikmin rumors which came true, the Paper Mario rumors which also came true, and even Nintendo Direct rumors, and a lot of them have come true too, even though some have not come true before. With all leaks and rumors, they could always not become true. But out of the many Nintendo rumors and leaks we've covered here on the channel, there were a couple recently that may come true and could mean huge things for Nintendo as early as next week, or in my eyes, in my opinion, would be September instead. Though other people are saying that we could see it as early as next week. So we have had the announcement of the mini Nintendo Direct, which was yesterday, and it's going to be today. Now I'll try to set up a stream so we can all watch it all together if I can get this video out before it actually airs. But the important thing here is that a mini Nintendo Direct was not only leaked by Jeff Grubb, who said Nintendo had a wild card, but also King Zell, and King Zell's leak is the most important part here. So to catch you up to date on the King Zell leak from what I covered back when the Nintendo leak first appeared, which was last month by the way, he said the following: wait until August, nothing this month. Now this part of the leak is pretty big because the Nintendo Direct leak as it has become was on July 27th, I believe, because I remember I did the video the next day after the leak. We did not get anything for the rest of July, and then moving on to August, we have waited and we have a mini Nintendo Direct now. Now King Zell continues to say this: there was another thing before the main event. I'm talking about Direct. I don't know about a Twitter announcement. So this thing before the main event could be the Indie Nintendo Direct, which would make a lot of sense, right? Indie Directs, although I do love playing them, are considered smaller games compared to the bigger titles we typically see at the full Nintendo Direct. So the main event could be one of two things. One, it could be a potential August 2020 Nintendo Direct. Now I see a lot of people saying that we could see a Direct or a main event next week, but I kind of don't think that. I kind of have a gut feeling that we're going to have an event coming in September and not next week. Now my reasoning behind thinking that we could get a September 2020 Nintendo Direct is because holiday season of 2020 is coming up. Now why this is actually significant is because if you remember, Pikmin 3 and also Paper Mario and the Origami King were actually announced months before the release date. It was about 2 to 3 months, and you would think that Nintendo would wait the same time for their other games if they were to have a full Nintendo Direct, which made me conclude that we could possibly get a September Nintendo Direct and not an August Nintendo Direct where we could see Breath of the Wild 2, hopefully Bayonetta 3, hopefully something from Metroid Prime 4. I'm still crossing my fingers for that, but I think that's a little far away. And the reason behind that is because they just started looking for a lead producer, so I think that's still a little ways off, unfortunately. Though a trailer story could be possible, which I'm still holding out for that at least. Kind of like how we got the Breath of the Wild 2 story trailer at first. Now, more interestingly, there has been certain things popping up online that kind of hints towards a huge rumor that I think a lot of us want to come true so bad. I mean, I don't know about you guys, I can't really speak for you guys, but I really want this to come true. And that is the Super Mario 35th Anniversary Mario rumors, which we have covered a lot on this channel. This rumor states that we'll get a bunch of classic Super Mario games on the Nintendo Switch. These range from Mario Sunshine to even Mario 64. And more exciting for me personally, Mario Galaxy, which I have never played that or finished it or even touched the game, so I really hope that's actually coming. I mean, Mario Galaxy on the Nintendo Switch, could you imagine that? I mean, I've watched gameplay, of course, but I've never played it, but just looking at it and just imagining playing that on the Nintendo Switch just seems like a dream come true. I'm geeking out right now. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Now, if you have been subbed to me, you remember the new Marco Maro Nintendo leak that I covered. This was a huge Nintendo leak with a huge list of games and Nintendo's plans, which you can click the top right corner of the video if you're interested in that video. It should be that question mark right in the corner, or it should have something sliding out. Now take this with a huge grain of salt because I've heard that his track record has been spotty, but one of the things he did say in the tweet was that Nintendo will be more aggressive come September, which kind of adds to my reasoning for a September Nintendo Direct, although his track record is spotty. But it does make sense with holiday 2020 coming up and even a Nintendo Switch game set for 2020, and that being Bravely Default 2, which if we do get a Nintendo Direct, I fully expect him to give us us an exact release date for Bravely Default 2, with of course other games like Breath of the Wild 2 and No More Heroes 3, and hopefully Metroid Prime 4. Though again, I would say it's probably a slim chance that we'll get an exact date, but I think we might get a release window. Now, a lot of this does make sense considering Nintendo's position in the shareholder meeting when they said that Nintendo Switch production will get back on track by the end of summer, which it has according to recent Nintendo news. They also said that games in development are on track to for their intended release dates, so if that's true, a Direct and a mini Nintendo Direct would be the pretty obvious thing to do if everything is getting back to normal. Now, during that shareholder meeting, they also did talk about a new Nintendo console as well, which I have a full video on that in the top right corner. You can click that if you want to watch that. Now, next gen is rolling around the corner, and with new generation of gaming comes new hardware and new software used to create next gen games. Now, I know some people do think that third party isn't important, but it is one of the driving factors behind the Nintendo Switch. It goes hand in hand with the first party and second party and is very important. Now, the Nintendo Switch is still selling incredibly well. Breath of the Wild 2 and other huge Nintendo Switch games haven't even been released, so I don't think Nintendo would reveal anything for a Nintendo Switch Pro or a Switch 2 or what have you at the next Nintendo Direct, but I do think my phone just made a notification, so I may have to re-record this. You know what, let's just keep it in there. Everyone makes mistakes and no video's perfect. But anyways, getting back on track, we could possibly end up hearing rumors and leaks about such a device trickling out of the rumor mill eventually and see Nintendo announce it sometime in late 2021 or maybe early 2022, or whenever those next gen games come out that require a different hardware or power to even run. Because if you didn't know, it's not about the power of the console sometimes they need to run something like an AI, and sometimes your console doesn't have the necessary components to run the software that runs the AI. So you would need a whole new system or a Switch upgrade or a Switch Pro to actually run these games. I mean, if not by 2022, definitely 2023. Now take that with a grain of salt. I'm no developer, I don't know a lot about computers, but that's just what I've heard from other videos that I've actually watched. Now, like I said in all my videos, take this with a grain of salt, because when it comes to rumors, leaks, and all that kind of stuff, you really have to make sure you don't 100% believe in them, because they could always be wrong. But if we do get an August Nintendo Direct or a September Nintendo Direct, I would be one happy camper, because we have been waiting so long for a full Nintendo Direct. I mean, hasn't it been like over a year now by now? Almost a year? Somewhere around there? I mean, in any case, it's been way too long. We definitely need a full Nintendo Direct, or at the very least a list of games and when they're coming out. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested, I do have a Patreon if you want to support me through that platform. A link to that will be in the pinned comment if you're interested. I also have my Twitter in the pinned comment too, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. There you can see me use my editing skills that I spent countless hours of practice for some creative memes. But what do you think? Do you think we could see these Mario rumors or a September or August Nintendo Direct? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to RoboRob Gaming for more Nintendo updates and Nintendo leaks and rumors. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one. My voice cracked right there, that was weird.